Hello, everybody, and thank you for being here today. I would like to present a new research topic which I started in October 2022. So basically, this is also something new to me, and today I'm going to share my research proposal somehow and preliminary research. And after my presentation, all of your comments and suggestions will be really helpful for me to do my research in the best way. Before I start to talk about my research topic, I would like to do a flashback and to talk about what I have done for my PhD studies, which brought me to where I am now and my new research topic. For my PhD, I worked on the Tsar ritual and expression of gender identity in Hormozgan province of Iran. As you see on the map, Hormozgan is almost the southern city of Iran with the center of Bandar Abbas, and it's connected to Oman, United Arab Emirates, and Qatar through Persian Gulf. So the geographical closeness of this area together made a lot of cultural similarities in this area. In southern Iran, the Tsar ritual is a community-based activity which is used to treat people who are believed to be possessed by spirits. The most important spirit, called Tsar, gives the possessed person a divine power in the eyes of others, in which she or he is allowed to ignore some social norms and enjoy societal respect without any punishment. The Tsar ritual came originally from Africa to this area. And being possessed by the spirit, a person is allowed to ignore some societal norms. Like the society is very classified and it's very male-dominated. People are supposed to follow some of the basically many rules, which is expected by them based on their sex at the birth. But being possessed and being recognized as possessed gives the people possibility to ignore some of these rules. During the research, I had three main questions. What are the predicaments and crises which lead women to the Tsar ritual? Because based on my research findings, women were the more vulnerable people for being possessed. How does participants in the Tsar ritual facilitate their recovery, and how do women see this process? Is it something that they play the role, or are they aware of this situation or no? Okay. No. This is a video. I can't play.
Maybe it's Tsar. It's a video.
It's a video.
It's a video.
And yeah, it doesn't. So behind the curtain are women who are sitting in this ritual, and they are not interested in coming to the male part because they believe that when the spirit comes down, they don't have any control on their body, and they don't want to be seen by men in that situation. So that's what I wanted to show you. Similar to many other ethnographers, I did interviews for my research. I took part in the daily life of the people and also different Tsar rituals. One of them was a cooperation between Iran and Oman. And I could just make some comparisons between the way this ritual is practiced in Iran and also in Oman. I also lived with the participants and could observe their daily life. I just very briefly mention different research findings. Like Hormozgan, as I said, is a male-dominated society. In Hormozgan, there are different gender. Yeah, okay. So I just mentioned some of my research findings. Hormozgan is a male-dominated society. In Hormozgan, there are different gender. Okay. In hormone, there are different gender-based roles and expectations which should be met. People who are not meeting the social expectations are considered to be possessed, crazy, or rebel. People who are considered to be crazy, they will be discriminated against, and nobody wants to. It doesn't work at all. Okay, so I will review some of the research findings. Hormone, as I said, is a male-dominated society. In this society, there are different gender-based rules and expectations which should be met. People who are not meeting the social expectations are considered as possessed, crazy, or rebel. Like a normal human being is the one who follows the social expectation. But a person who doesn't follow them might be either possessed, crazy, or rebel. The person who is rebel will be punished depending on the expectation which is broken. The person who is considered to be crazy will be discriminated. So the society just ignore this person. The only situation which a person is allowed to break the social expectation is being possessed. So a person who is possessed has to come to the Zar ritual to become normal again. But normal, I mean the situation that the society knows that. Those who are recognized as possessed has to visit a Zar therapist to become normal again. This ritual gives both society and the possessed person a place to agree about the deviation from the social expectations which would be otherwise punished. So during the ritual, there is a place for negotiation. Like a possessed person is the one who says, yeah, I have a spirit, and this spirit doesn't let me to do this or this. And then the society says, we can't accept this one, but we can accept this one. So you are allowed to ignore a little bit, but not breaking the social norms or not passing the red lines. So they make an agreement which is for both sides good. The social, economical, and individual background of the possessed person plays an important role in the result of participating in the Zar ritual and their life. And the final result is the Zar ritual is not the only way of communicating with supernaturals in Iran. So that's what brought me to the new topic. Yeah. Ulum Gharibe, or if I want to translate it, unknown knowledges, is a general term used to referring to all different kind of sciences which are used to communicate with supernaturals for different reasons. On the top, you see the cards which are helping people for divination or predicting the future. A part of talisman who are like using some Arabic words, people are trying to affect something, coffee reading, and predicting the future or telling something about based on the month. And then a book of Hafiz. Hafiz is an Iranian poet which had some poems, and people use it to predict the future or know if the action they are going to do in future is good or not. As I said, there are different forms of ulum gharibe in Iran, which I just mentioned some of them. Zikr, or mentioning the name of Allah. There are many different sayings by Prophet Muhammad and Imams that if you wish something, you can just think about that wish and just pray for Allah. Talisman, Jafar, or predicting the future, which is just belong to Imams, not normal people can't do that. Tafa'ul, or divination. As I said, people use the book of Hafiz, for example, or Quran to predict the future or to say something about their decision. Ramal, or geomantic divination, tarot, istikhara. I don't know if there is any English word for that one, but istikhara means if you want to do something in future and you are not sure if it's a good one or no, you think about this action and then you open the Quran or you open the book of Hafiz, and based on the first sentence that you see, you can see if this is something good or no. This is something that a practitioner can do that, or even the normal people, just everybody can do that. Astrology, coffee mug reading, face recognition. This is a gift from the God. Not everybody has it. And based on this gift, you can see a person, and based on the face of this person, you can recognize if this person is a good one or no. And ilm adad or numerology and dream interpretation, which is very, very popular in Iran. And now in new generation, it's becoming a little bit less popular, but like for 10 years, I can say dream interpretation or talking about dreams was one of the most important topics in talks. Like everybody was trying to interpret the dreams or talking, I had this dream, what do you think? And then interpret it based on the daily life. But what Quran says about ulum gharibe. In Quran, there are different stories like Harut and Marut, Prophet Suleiman or Moses, referring to magic, seer, and ulum gharibe. For example, in the story of Harut and Marut, it refers to the situation in old Babel when there were a lot of magics, and some people who couldn't magic or who couldn't control these magics were really sad and nervous about their life. So they prayed to the God, and God sent two angels in the form of, or in human body, which were Harut and Marut, and they were helping people to deactivate the magics, like telling them, if somebody does this magic, you can do this one against that, or it works like this. So, yeah. Seer is prohibited. The only exception is using it to deactivate a seer against you. Learning and teaching seer is forbidden. Some can read mind and predict the future. Like as I said, some people have a possibility to read the faces. They cannot use or discuss about it because it's mentioned that if you can read a face of somebody, and if you share this knowledge or if you share your knowledge about this person to somebody else, you can make problems. So it's better to not do that. But coming to the online ulum gharibe, this is a new phenomenon in Iran and I think in the whole world, because I found a lot of TikTok videos or TikTok groups which are calling themselves witch talk, and they are offering different videos about magic. How can you predict the future? How can you skip many issues in your life? So basically, online esoteric practices are getting increasingly popular around the world. Anyone with the internet connection can participate in a wide range of practices, each with its own set of goals while protecting their anonymity. Online practices are beginning to differ from traditional ones as they become more advertised, transferable, and popular among young people and women. So in this research, I have some questions. What are the impacts of internet on esoteric practices? How do New Age practitioners interact with the followers in the digital realm? How do both practitioners and followers interact with material and commercial culture via social media? How does these online practices are working in relation to the social, religious, and political structure of Iran? Methodology. I just started a preliminary research, so my research is developing, but for now what I have done is I started to search different YouTube and Telegram channels which are offering esoteric practices or ulum gharibe. I also searched in Instagram because Instagram is very popular in Iran. Instagram and also Facebook and different accounts which are offering these practices. And then after making a list of this account, the most popular one, I started to classify the videos and the photos which are shared on this social media. And then I read about the comments which are written by the followers, and then I will classify them. But I know that just doing online ethnography has some negative aspects. There will be some critics, for example, the issue of fake, if the followers are fake or true, if they are like the information are fake or not. So for that one, when I feel that I have enough information on the social media, I will start to contact the practitioners, the followers, and at some point I will travel to Iran to do more interview to expand my research. During my research, I encountered something very interesting. If you are any of you is using Instagram, probably you know that. One aspect of Instagram marketing is using different forms of highlights. The circles you see on the top of this page, there are different highlights, and this page is just a screenshot of an esoteric practitioner. So in these highlights, they have some sample of esoteric practices. When you click on that one, you see different forms of different samples, what they have done until now. And then you click on the highlight send, and you will see different letters which are sent to the people who bought them or ordered them. How to order? You click on that one, and then you will see the bank account of the person, and then you can contact this person. You want this one or this one, and after that, you can order it. New arrival. It's very interesting. Like a shop, we have new magics. Like we have new magic and you can order them. Satisfaction. When a person orders a magic or talisman, they can send a text or a voice to say, I was satisfied and I got what I wanted. So they show that one to the other people. Important. So this is some information. Like if you got a magic or talisman and it didn't work, don't worry, you have to wait. So some information for people who are coming there for the first time. Or prayer example, and you see that part shows that there are more comments, like how should you contact us? What is our, they don't have any address, but what is, for example, our phone number to call us, and many other things. And what you see on the downside of the down part of this page, there are some samples of prayers. And then when you click on these photos, you can see different comments, like people who got the magic from somebody and they are happy, or some people are saying that, no, you are cheating. I got this magic from you and it didn't work. So everything is basically open. In my preliminary research, I found some notes about the impact of internet on ulum gharibe. So this is, first of all, this is accessible. Like wherever you have internet, you have access to these people. If I compare it with 20 years ago when people didn't have internet or they were not active on the social media, for finding a practitioner, you had to know some people who know somebody. So there were a circle of people who knew some practitioners, and through that one you could find them. But nowadays you just search something and you find it. I had a video and I would love to show it, but it doesn't work. But like when you search on Instagram, like talisman, there is a huge list of people who are offering. And then you click on one of them, and then there is a possibility to find all of the similar pages, like the similar people who are offering. So it's everywhere. Anonymity, which is in the Iranian context very good for people, because in Iran, doing esoteric practices is forbidden, and based on what they do, they might go to prison, they might get problems. So if the practitioner or people who are following them are anonymous, it's very good for them, because on Instagram, you don't have any address, you can have a normal phone, like Aldi Talk or something like that, and just use it. And you can just throw it away whenever you want. And it's not anymore face-to-face. It's not limited to special people anymore, because in older generation, these people were very special. They had to be Sayyid, which means the children somehow connected to Prophet Muhammad. They had to be something special, but nowadays everybody can learn it. Like there are many videos for teaching esoteric practices on YouTube, for example, or there are a lot of online magic schools in Tehran, even in Tehran. And there are more diverse practices and practitioners. Like one part of marketing for esoteric practices is making it more diverse, to show it more interesting. So if you search in Farsi, you find a lot of Scandinavian magic, Indian magic, Yiddish magic, Arabic magic, so many different things. They try to make them more special to have more followers. And more possibility of marketing, I mentioned that one, and possibility of forming communities. One of the things I encountered on the social media-based esoteric practices is it's possible to have your own followers, your own school, and then make your own community. Like they have a lot of teaching materials, they have a lot of online classes, and they have live videos. So they find their own followers, and after a while they turn to a community. We have two very important spiritual community. they started their activities in Iran, but after a while they got some political problems. They had to leave the country. But nowadays they have a lot of followers. The leader is living in Germany, but they have a lot of followers in Iran. And at a special time, for example, they have lives, they share their thought, they have books, they have online schools, so they have their own community. And the way practitioners and followers are interacting, as I said, it's not face-to-face anymore. You can do it through direct messages. This is something that they use it on Instagram, WhatsApp or phone call, mail, and live videos. And one other aspect of online esoteric practices is selling or advertising special products. For example, in this photo, you see in that one, you see this shopping basket. So you go to a website and you can buy some prayers, or you can buy some, the other one is very interesting. This is a magic kit for beginners. So you can just order it and buy it like shopping bags. Sometimes people are selling the products directly, but sometimes they don't talk about money. They don't want to say that we are selling some products, but they show it. For example, they make a video and then they try to show their ring, or they try to show their necklaces, like this is a special one. Whenever I write a talisman, I use this necklace, for example. This is very important. So, and then if you want to buy it, you can buy it from this shop. So they try to do some advertisement as well. Yeah, this is just what I have prepared for today.